Welcome to EcoInnovaTech. Imagine carving rivers through deserts and mountains where not a drop of water naturally flows. Today we reveal the world's longest artificial river, Saudi Arabia's mega pipeline project, a feat blending cutting-edge engineering with nature-based solutions to rewrite the fate of a whole country. In a land where every drop counts, Saudi Arabia faced a crisis. Dwindling underground water and perilous droughts threatened cities and farmland. With nearly no rivers, under 100 mm annual rainfall and extreme heat, experts warned that life and the economy were at a breaking point. In a land defined by its scarcity of water, where survival for millennia depended on the whims of a fleeting rain cloud or the discovery of a hidden oasis, the 20th century brought an unprecedented challenge. The explosive growth of population and ambition, fueled by newfound wealth, far outstripped the desert's meager offerings. The conventional solutions seemed stark and limiting: import water at immense cost and political risk, or ration it, capping the nation's potential and the quality of life for its citizens. For a kingdom with aspirations as vast as its deserts, accepting such limitations was simply not an option. Yet Saudi Arabia dared to do the unimaginable. It would not simply manage its scarcity, it would create abundance from the endless blue of its coastlines. This was a declaration of technological sovereignty. The kingdom rejected a future of dependence and instead launched one of the most ambitious civil engineering projects in human history, spearheaded by the Saline Water Conversion Corporation, or SWCC. The mission: to build the world's largest and most complex desalinated water network, a man-made river of life. The sheer scale of this undertaking is difficult to comprehend. The initial vision called for a network of pipelines stretching over 12,000 kilometers, a distance more than twice the length of the River Nile. These were not simple conduits. They were colossal arteries of steel and concrete, some wide enough to drive a car through, designed to withstand the corrosive nature of desalinated water and the extreme temperature swings of the Arabian desert. Engineers and laborers had to conquer an unforgiving landscape, blasting through the granite peaks of the Hijaz Mountains, burying pipelines deep beneath the shifting sands of the Rub al-Khali, and weaving this intricate web through the heart of sprawling modern cities. This is far more than just plumbing on a national scale. It is a dynamic, intelligent circulatory system. Every drop of water is propelled on its journey by a series of colossal pumping stations, technological marvels that consume vast amounts of energy to push billions of liters of water uphill, sometimes over elevations of 2,000 meters. This entire artificial river is monitored and controlled from sophisticated nerve centers, where technicians use advanced SCADA systems to track flow rates, pressure, and water quality in real time across the entire kingdom. It is a digital river, as much a marvel of information technology as it is of heavy construction. These pipelines form the arteries that allow cities like Riyadh, hundreds of kilometers from any coast, to thrive as vibrant green metropolises. They are the silent guarantors of life and progress, fueling homes, hospitals, industries, and farms. And the ambition does not end. The network is in a state of perpetual expansion, a living testament to a long-term vision. The ultimate goal is to create a water grid so vast and interconnected that its total length will one day be enough to circle the entire globe, not once, but 3 times. A symbol of a nation that chose not to be defined by its geography, but to redefine it. So how does this colossal undertaking actually work? At its core, the Great Man-Made River is not a single entity, but a complex, interconnected system, an artificial circulatory system for an entire nation. It's a masterpiece of engineering designed to solve a fundamental problem, moving a finite resource from a place of ancient abundance to where it's needed most. But contrary to what one might assume for a coastal desert nation, the source of this river isn't the sea. The project's lifeblood is drawn from a hidden subterranean ocean, the Nubian Sandstone Aquifer System. This is one of the largest known fossil water aquifers in the world, a vast reservoir of fresh water trapped deep beneath the sands of Libya, Egypt, Chad, and Sudan thousands of years ago, during a wetter, greener era of Earth's history. To tap into this ancient treasure, engineers drilled over 1,300 production wells, some plunging as deep as 500 meters into the earth. These well fields, sprawling across the remote southern desert, are the true headwaters of this man-made river. The decision to use this finite fossil water, rather than energy-intensive desalination, was a defining choice of the project, banking on the sheer scale of the aquifer to sustain Libya for generations. Once extracted, the water begins its epic journey north through the project's arteries. The river is a network of more than 4,000 kilometers of enormous pipes. Most are made of pre-stressed concrete cylinders, a composite design strong enough to withstand immense internal pressure and the weight of the earth above. Each section, over 7 meters long and weighing more than 80 tons, was a feat of manufacturing in itself, produced at 2 dedicated plants that were, at the time, among the largest of their kind. Transporting these behemoths required a fleet of custom-built haulers, crawling across the desert in a slow, deliberate procession. The entire network is buried underground, a crucial design choice. This protects the valuable water from the scorching desert sun, preventing the massive losses through evaporation that an open canal would suffer. It also shields the infrastructure from shifting sands and provides a measure of security. Moving this water isn't a simple matter of gravity. The system is a hydraulic marvel, engineered to pump water across vast distances and over varying elevations. At its peak, the network was designed to carry an astounding 6.5 million cubic meters of water per day, enough to fill over 2,600 Olympic-sized swimming pools every 24 hours. This monumental task is accomplished by a series of powerful pumping stations, the heart of the system, which provide the immense energy needed to push the water towards the coast. Along the way, the water flows into massive, open-air reservoirs, some holding millions of cubic meters. These act as regulatory buffers, balancing pressure in the lines and ensuring a steady, uninterrupted supply, even if there are fluctuations in demand or from the well fields. Overseeing this entire operation is a sophisticated nerve center. The entire network is monitored and controlled by a state-of-the-art SCADA system, supervisory control and data acquisition. From a central control room, engineers can track every critical variable in real time: flow rates, pressure levels, pump status, and water quality. Thousands of smart sensors embedded along the pipeline constantly feed data back to the hub. This system is not just for monitoring, it's for protection. If a pressure drop indicates a potential leak, a catastrophic event in the desert, valves can be automatically closed to isolate the section, minimizing water loss. This high-tech oversight ensures the system runs with maximum efficiency, safeguarding every precious drop on its long journey from the ancient aquifer to the modern world. It is this combination of brute force engineering and intelligent control that makes the great man-made river one of the most ambitious water transport systems ever conceived. Eco-engineering doesn't just stop at brute force. The project harnesses natural landscape features, routing pipelines along ancient wadis and valleys for minimal disruption, and designing reconnects to recharge depleted aquifers. Smart irrigation ensures minimal waste, and some water is even used to restore fragile desert ecosystems. Desalination is energy-intensive, but Saudi Arabia is integrating solar and wind, plus new waste heat recovery, to reduce the environmental toll. Pumps and control rooms are powered by renewables where possible, and brine waste is strictly managed so that seas and soil remain healthy. The arrival of this water is more than an engineering triumph. It's the dawn of a new social and economic reality. For the first time, the fundamental uncertainty of water scarcity is being lifted from an entire nation. This pipeline is not merely a conduit for H2O, it is a lifeline, delivering stability and unlocking potential on an unprecedented scale. In cities, the impact is felt in the rhythm of daily life. The era of intermittent supply and the constant anxiety about turning on a tap is giving way to reliability. This security allows urban planners to dream bigger. Parks and public green spaces, once considered unaffordable luxuries in an arid land, are now central to city design, improving air quality, reducing urban heat, and dramatically enhancing the quality of life for millions. It's a transformation from cities built for survival to cities designed for living. This ripple effect extends deep into the agricultural heartlands, where farmers once gambled against unpredictable rainfall and dwindling aquifers. They now have the certainty needed for long-term investment. The focus can shift from hardy, low-yield crops to a diverse agricultural portfolio. Advanced techniques like precision irrigation and hydroponics become viable, maximizing every drop. The result is a monumental leap in food security. By cultivating more of its own food, the nation insulates itself from the volatility of global supply chains and strengthens its economic sovereignty. This agricultural revolution is just one facet of a broader economic diversification. The pipeline is a powerful engine for job creation, moving the economy away from its historic dependence on oil. A whole new ecosystem of employment is emerging. Engineers and technicians managing the sophisticated water grid, agricultural scientists developing new crop strains, and a burgeoning workforce in construction and landscaping, building the green cities of the future. These are the green jobs that form the bedrock of a sustainable post-carbon economy, turning a historical liability into a platform for innovation. Perhaps nowhere is this future more tangible than in the ambitious vision of NEOM. This futuristic megaproject is entirely predicated on this new water reality. Without a stable, massive-scale water supply, concepts like the Line, a zero-carbon city stretching 170 kilometers, would remain science fiction. The pipeline is the foundational infrastructure, the circulatory system that will sustain millions of residents, power industries, and irrigate the lush landscapes planned for this city of tomorrow. It is the critical investment that makes this multi-trillion-dollar dream possible, charting a definitive path away from oil dependence and toward a resilient, prosperous future. This scale brings challenges: construction across 10,000-foot mountains, extreme desert conditions, and the massive energy for desalination. Critics question sustainability, impacts on marine ecosystems, and whether such mega-solutions can be models for the future or just for the super-rich. The world is watching. As climate change risks water supplies everywhere, Saudi Arabia's artificial river sparks debate. Is this the future for arid nations? Can massive infrastructure work alongside nature, or should we focus more on conservation and local water cycles? This river in the desert is not just steel and pumps, it's the story of a nation's fight for survival, a test of eco-innovation at colossal scale. What do you think? Visionary or risky? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories where technology meets nature's toughest challenges.